Previously, I talked about 4 hacks that are related to the design of the online experience. Now I want to move to the next set of hacks, which are related to the delivery of the online learning experience. The first one is this: build rapport. This means you want to start every online experience by first establishing the right rapport with your audience. And you can do this in a number of ways. First, make sure you're dressed appropriately for the occasion and you look ready. I call it the makeup and the dress up. You know, we often joke about people who wake up like 2 minutes before the class or before the meeting, and then they frantically log into Zoom and boom, they're in a meeting, but they still look like they're still half asleep, their hair is sticking out, they're not dressed, they maybe even wearing half of pajamas. We joke about that, but sadly, some people actually do that. That should never happen to you. You want to make sure you are dressed for the occasion. You want to look ready for the class or for the meeting. And for the ladies, put on some makeup so you look pleasant, you look fresh for your audience. Because if the audience see you not dressed appropriately and you don't look like you want to be there, they will very soon also feel like they don't want to be there. So dress up and make up. Also, another thing you should do online is when someone enters the Zoom or the online conference, be sure to greet them by name. The reason you do that is in a classroom setting, when someone walks in, you naturally nod and you smile and they feel welcome. But in an online environment, they don't know that you're looking at them. They don't even know that you're aware they've entered the room. So you need to verbally acknowledge and welcome them into the online experience. Another thing that you can do is consider this concept of edutainment, which is really a combination of education and entertainment. What that means is you want to, right at the offset, set the right tone so that people feel like it's going to be a fun session. And you can do that in a number of ways. You can start by having some icebreaker games. Icebreaker is wonderful because it helps people to focus on the meeting or on the class right from the get-go. You know, oftentimes they rush into the meeting and their mind is elsewhere. But by having an icebreaker, you help them focus. You help them to direct their attention to the session. It's also a good way to warm up the brain, right? Because your brain, after all, is a muscle. And when a muscle is warmed up, it tends to work a lot better. Another thing that you can do is have some fun with the session. My kids, in their classes, they do theme days. So maybe this week, everyone dress up a certain way. Maybe it's dress up as theologians, or maybe dress up as animals, or dress up as the 50s and 60s. It doesn't have any significant meaning, but it adds a lot to the experience because you set the tone that meeting is going to be fun, that it's fun to get together. Also, if you are filming, it's good to have new scenery from time to time. So to give people a fresh look so that they're not always staring at the same background, which sometimes can become a bit dull. So these are just some of the things you can do to increase the edutainment of the online experience.